Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where I'm here to talk about child abuse and everything related to it. My name is Liz and I grew up in a severely dysfunctional and abusive household my entire life, and it left me with complex PTSD. Luckily, I have spent the past 10 years working through this and learning all kinds of things, and I'm here to share it with you. So this is my first video in a series of videos I will be posting in a playlist on how to work through a PTSD trigger. Now, a trigger is basically something that your nervous system does when it perceives something threatening that is happening to you or around you, and it perceives it as a life-threatening threat, and it responds by dumping adrenaline into your bloodstream and thus giving you like superhuman strength to either get away or fight off the threat. Now, this can be kind of not a good thing when it's not an actual life-threatening event. So that's what a trigger is. Somebody with PTSD or complex PTSD, this is one of the defining characteristics of that disorder. So what I'm going to teach you are step-by-step, walk you through what you can do when you're in a triggered state so that you can calm down and think rationally and deal with the problem in a healthy way that is not basically just, like you're responding to something that, like you're dying, but you're really just somebody said something to you that, upset you a lot. And it feels life-threatening. Now you're going to deal with it in a life-threatening way, by fighting with them and arguing with them, and, I don't know. I don't know what people do. That's usually what happens to me. It's like I get just super focused on the problem, and it's just not a good place to be dealing with the situation if you're triggered. So also, I want to say that experiencing triggers can really take a toll on your health, especially if it's happening like every week or every day or several times a day. Basically, you're going to have adrenal fatigue. You're going to be exhausted. You won't be able to function without caffeine. You're just wearing yourself down slowly over time. So that's a very important reason why this is so necessary for you. So we can teach our bodies that, hey, I'm in control here. I get to determine my state. And I'm going to choose something that's better for me. And many of us who grew up in an abusive home, we were always on red alert. We're walking on eggshells. We're ready for what's next, and we're just always on. We're always in an adrenaline state. This is super unhealthy. So you can teach yourself how to calm down, how to be in a calm state, a receptive state, a vulnerable state, a restful state, where you can be at peace, and comfort yourself. I am just so proud of you guys for showing up and taking an interest in your healing. That is such a huge step. So many people never even take that step, but you did. You showed up and you're curious. You're curious if maybe this can help you. I want to say that if you want to succeed in, helping yourself when in a triggered state, you're going to need to practice this when you're not triggered. There is no way in hell you're just going to be able to pull this out of your ass when you're triggered. Okay? That is like impossible. And, even the steps by themselves can be pretty fucking impossible when you're triggered. So, repetition, you want to train your brain to be able to think about all the steps to do. So that when you can't think, you could just do this. So I would recommend that you practice this every single day when you're not triggered. Maybe it's going to be first thing in the morning, or the last thing you do when you go to bed, or you have a lunch break and you're going to take 15 minutes to practice this, or however long it takes you. I just want to give you kind of an analogy. It's like when you start learning how to drive, you really got to concentrate, you really got to focus, you got to think of all these things. You might forget something, you might forget your turn signal, you might forget, how to do it right. It just takes so much energy, but then after repetition, over time, it becomes so automatic, you don't even have to think, your body just takes over, okay? So that's basically what we're trying to do. The brain is incredible, and you can train your brain to do new things by repeating them and making them a habit. So that is how you're going to succeed. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. Will be step 1. And thank you guys. I love you. Be kind to you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thanks, Liz. You're so awesome. I see how much you love me because you're showing up for me and you're trying to help me. That's what you need to tell yourself. All right? See you in the next video.